Right. Oh man, let's get it started. I like this. I really like this. Voice is so tantalizing. Greetings and salutations as always. Welcome to the Logic Lounge with Fleazy Jones. That's me. Episode 90. Damn. Brought to you by my brother, Block Legend 7. The beautiful towns. Beautiful towns. Yeah, that's how you want to start the show. The beautiful sounds that you hear in the background is from my guest tonight, who I am very excited to have for my 90th episode. Helen from Brooklyn, New York, does not think she's there anymore, but that's the stomping grounds, and that is the lovely voice of Hashigata Garcia. Listen, man, my promo should say enough. This young lady has a spirit that I cannot describe, and her voice matches that 20-fold. I am not going to waste time with a long introduction. I want to bring this young lady up here and pick her brain because her spirit is infectious, and I know you will agree.
Hey! What's up? How are you? Hold on, let me see my camera.
I know you. What's going on, Miss Garcia? I was getting nervous for a second because I'm like, come on, Haji. Come on, man.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's so funny because I was actually gonna go on my tablet, right? Which I was just on live like for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it was working just fine.
yeah.
And then right when I went into the live, it said something's wrong. I was like, no! So I unplugged it, I undid it. I was like,
So that's funny. The last couple guests have ran into that same issue, and that's on me for not telling you guys, like, yo, hey, use your phone because IG sometimes is like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just better. Just use your phone. Just use your phone.
just,
Yeah.
it's the best game. Hashigata Garcia. When I tell you, you have something, it's what do they call it? The it factor. You are that, a bag of chips, a soda, some noodles for later, everything and more. Like, for one, your voice is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I personally think it has a very unique yet familiar sound, if that makes sense to you. Because it's so calming. It's so
Thank you.
calming. I ran into you on TikTok, of course, and I'm just, you know how we do. We just scrolling away.
Yeah.
We're just
Yep.
scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I ran into a live where it was like I was just drawn in, instantly drawn in. I have been doing research since that day. It is so refreshing to know there's still soul left in music, man. You have something that I think needs to be spread all over the world, and we're so grateful to have you here to do that. So thank
Thank
you for
you.
coming to the Logic Lounge today. I am extremely
Thank you
grateful.
for having me. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I've been singing for a long time, but it wasn't until like the last year where I really felt like I was doing this more as a less for myself, but more as a service to what is needed.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you're an artist, like you're like, oh, I want to drop my album, I want this, make this music, I want to do this for me. But I think I'm reaching a point where I'm like, hey, and that's when I started going live because a lot of the reactions I would get were, hey, you know, or people who would DM me afterwards and be like, man, like I was having a bad day. Thank you. And I didn't know the ability. You know, I didn't know believe it or not, humble is actually a negative word. Humble is not a good thing. It's actually not seeing your potential. That's what humble is.
Mm.
Because a lot of people be like, oh, I'm humble. Well, a lot of people don't really know what the real definition was, but I am actually humble. I think it's because I've had imposter syndrome and things like that, which is normal for artists, you know.
Yeah.
But I realized I realized by people's reactions, and I was like, oh my god, this is almost like a service. This is not just, you know, singing because I like to sing and I want to be big like Rihanna. You know, this is literally like, and that's when I started going, all right, well, I want to, more importantly than being like famous, I want to be able to affect people,
Yeah.
infect people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, and when I changed that state of mind, honestly, my life is changing because I think I needed to align myself with that route. And like, I've actually, yesterday I was playing in London on Rascast Radio. Yeah. 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 It's just been crazy. It's been crazy.
It's
Yeah.
because it's natural, Hashigata. It's natural, and you can't
Thank you.
beat that. We are in a world right now that is mostly so negative, man. When I run into people like you, I get happy all over again
Thank you.
because
Thank you.
you're naturally like you had a trip, you went to the DR, and I found it so cool that you came back, you were under the weather and thought to, hey, let me record and tell my people, hey, I'm sick as hell right now, I'm coughing and all type of shit, but I
Yeah.
will be back. Album dropping Halloween, I need y'all to know
Yeah.
that. You know what I
Yes.
mean? That just shows a different character, right? And I just have to give you your roses. I'm honored for today. So my first question to you is something I know you probably get all the time because I did my homework. I know Yoshi Soul, and now we're not Yoshi.
Hashigata.
Hoshi
Hoshi
is
soul.
Hoshi Soul, and now we're at Hashigata. How did we come with the name?
But okay, so you just explained the reason right now.
Really?
So the name is Hashi or Hoshi. I
Hoshi.
was tired of being called on stage Hoshi. And whenever I would tell as a woman, that's just a very demeaning start of your name, you know?
Absolutely.
So, okay, so what my name is actually Oshi. That's my middle name. My family called me Hashi, and that's kind of like the name that resonates with me since I was a little girl. Like, I didn't start using my first name. My government name is Eloise.
Okay.
I didn't start using that name until like I started like school and things like that. But at home, it was Hashi, Hashi, Hashi. I was like, well, you know, I love soulful music. People say I have soul, so Hashi Soul. But every single time I would get on stage, everyone would be like, Hashi Soul, welcome. And yes, I mean, I don't know what was going through people's heads, but I mean, like, I got great feedback, but still at the same time, I was like, I just told you. And sometimes I would even, before I would get on, I'd be like, Hashi Soul, Hashi. And they would
Hoshi.
still say it wrong. I'd be like, ah. So what happened? So Hashi, Hashi, is how we pronounce it, and how my family pronounces it. And my dad used to call me Hoshigata, Hoshigata, when I was a little girl, which means twinkling star in kanji Japanese. And my middle name is Oshi, which means star. And when I decided to rebrand myself as Hashigata, and I actually love it. I love it a lot. Also, another reason why I wanted to rebrand myself was because a lot of people, as I was meeting more artists, I was meeting a lot of people who had soul at the end or as their name. And I was like, I want to be a little different. I want to do something different. I don't want to be, I mean, there's some great artists. I'm not saying that they're not good artists, but I
Yeah.
just wanted a name that didn't match other people's names. And that's another reason why I took soul out
Oh,
and respelled it.
oh.
That was the mixture of that.
So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully this will ease you a little bit. Here's where my smart dumbass thought I was being smart. So when I saw it, of course, the first thing was, well, I know it can't be Hoshi. But
Mm-hmm.
then the gamer in me was like, well, Yoshi's a character. Everyone loves Mario. So I
Yeah.
thought it
Mm-hmm.
connected. So I was like, I'm going to go with Hoshi,
Hoshi,
and
yeah.
ran right into the brick wall anyway. Ran right
Yeah.
into the wall anyway. I
It's
was just like,
okay. It's
wow.
okay. I'm so used to it. It's all right. It doesn't even bother
Yeah.
me. But the only thing is with rebranding yourself is on certain things, like Apple will have both, or some things under one thing, some things under another. And I
Yeah.
drop my things on DistroKid. And so I have had a problem with rebranding here and there. I try not to let it bother me too much, but sometimes it's really upsetting. I've contacted Apple Music, like, this is wrong. You need to change this. I've gone, but it's those things are actually a little hard to do. A lot of people say, try not to rebrand because it's hard to, that transfer is hard to do.
Yeah.
But it's okay because it brings a great story.
Yeah. Yeah, and you gotta do it the way that you want to do it 100%, or it's just not natural.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
something I see in you off top is natural. This
Thank you.
is
Thank you.
you get what you see, like, and that's just this crazy burst of energy. I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel cheated because I got to hear the voice first. And then I went back and did the homework. When you look and you see you got this lovely, energetic spirit, and when you sit down and you sing,
Thank you.
I'm like, wait a minute. They're twins. Where's the other one? And who is this person?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost like yin and yang, but it's just such a great mix. You shared with me that you've been singing all your life. So my
Mm-hmm.
second question to you is, when did you become serious with music and what got you there?
So I've been singing all my life. It was kind of like just a getaway. As a kid, I had like my boombox, my misunderstood pink CD, and I kind of would do it for me. When I started taking it seriously was years later. I actually stopped singing for a long time.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, I stopped singing altogether through college. Didn't sing a note. Wasn't on stage. I stopped for, I want to say, maybe 8 years, where I just was like not doing nothing with my voice. Not till 2018, where I was like, so I so I kind of had like a little bit of a effed up childhood, and because of that, I didn't have like the, and not to make this a sob story because I'm fine,
No, please, by
but
all
I
means.
didn't know how great I could be. I didn't know what I possessed. I know, like, I had a little voice, but I didn't know what I can grow it into. I didn't know what an opportunity it was to have this voice. Literally, like, in the most non vain way I can say that, I had no idea. So I
Yeah.
was not using it. I had gotten to a play. How did it start? So I met. Okay, so somebody said you gotta meet this producer. You gotta meet this producer. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You saying whatever. And I don't know why. There's something in me was like, you need to start singing again. You said, I don't know what it was. It's like my spirit, a little something speaking to me. You need to start singing again. So I met Gio Nailati, which you could find him on all streaming platforms. He has like millions of listens. He's huge. He does EDM music.
Okay.
And he was like, he mixes and masters amazing. And he was like, yeah, just come through the studio, meet Gio. And so I did. And he fell in love with my voice. And Gio was actually the person who gave me the outlet in 2018 to be able to sing all the time. So basically what Gio did was like, hey, I want you on this. Tell me what kind of beat you want. I'll give you that. This for that. This for that. So I made a song for him. He made a song for me and mixed and mastered it.
Nice.
Because he just saw potential in me that I didn't see in myself. And for a while, we would have conversations literally where he was just like talking me up to me. He was like,
Yeah.
dude, you can sing. Dude, you need to do that. Oh, you sound amazing. Like he would like basically, he was like grooming me to see what I can do. And we would have conversations, be like, yo, you can sing. Yo, listen to this. Ah, that came so easily to you. And then I'd be like, oh wow, that did come so easily to me. I never you just don't put two and two together. Like at least I didn't. And so yeah, so I'd make a song, or I'd write like a song for him, and then he'd throw a beat at me. He'd be like, let me know when you're done with it. We could record it here, you could record it at home, let me know what you need. I'll mix and master it for you. So a lot of stuff he did for free for me because I was working with him. And literally that's what got me started. He actually taught me the studio flow too.
Yeah.
Like the process of being in a studio, of being prepared before you get to the studio, taking different takes, layering. He taught me all that, and he just shedding knowledge. Was like, "Yo, come, I'll show you this. I'll help you make a setup at home." He taught me everything. Gio taught me everything I know, and he's a super dope dude. Super dope.
He's a saint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I definitely hear you loud and clear. You know, so many times we lose people to life because life kicks our ass. Life kicks our ass, and I understand that not having such the positive background, but you would never know if all we listened to was just your music. Although there's truth to it, because that different kind of hell. I I'm glad I'm
Yeah.
Fleazy Jones, who happens to be the guy that just wants to interview Hashigata and not that man or woman that she was speaking about. Damn. The power, the calling my ancestors, the bruja. I hear
Dang.
it's just so much, it's so much truth in it, yet I'm still not afraid. You don't scare me away. Where, you
Mm-hmm.
know, some people, some artists do too much, and you just like, look, okay, yeah, hey, whatever. It's such a great mixture. I get stumbled on my words because I'm still looking at you right now and can't believe I'm talking to the artist
Thank you.
because it's just like, whoa, this is totally different. So let me make sure I understand this right. Have we done a project yet, or has it just been singles? Because I've been finding like singles. I saw some features with the name that I so butchered.
It's okay.
Uh, But I know lately, because I've been watching lately, you have been promoting, pushing. Halloween, we get the Hashigata project. Is this
My
the first
first.
part? This is the. I knew this was gonna be big. I knew this was gonna be big.
I'm overwhelmed with my own stuff. It's such an open. So I've done singles, but now I'm so good at doing singles. Like I can, it's light work.
Yeah,
But now, so
yeah.
I'm like, I guess I'm ready to drop a project. So I went through all my music like last night. I have about 25 songs. I think I'm gonna cut it into two. It's
Okay.
just, it's the body of work is almost too large for me to handle
Yeah,
alone.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? If I had a team, you know what I mean? And like, and also if I didn't have to, work,
Understand.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then I think so. What me and my partner we're gonna do, probably either tonight or tomorrow night, is we're gonna go through all of my music and categorize it for drop one and drop two, and do one on Halloween and then one in 6 months. Because the 25 songs is too much. So one, I do have like a lot of love songs, and well, it's so I have some song like so the first, okay, how do I say this correctly? So I'm having my album is called Bloom, Bloom, and
Okay.
I actually I'm reviving songs from my SoundCloud, like Unworthy. I have a cello player that I haven't asked, named Jaden, but he's an amazing cello player. I've worked with him live on stage. I mean, this person, he's an angel. He's just, and his way, his mind works. You know, when you meet somebody and you're just like, you're an angel. Like just the way
Yeah.
he exerts all this beautiful energy. His name is Jaden, and he plays the cello. Sometimes he plays it like a guitar. Like he knows no bounds. He's like, there's no rules. That's how he lives his life. He's like, he's just curious angel. It's just amazing person. So I haven't asked him yet, but I think he'll say yes. And I want him to take Unworthy, the beat, and then we're gonna recreate Unworthy. But what I'm doing for Bloom is basically I am showing how I've bloomed to understand love and what it is and how it should be respected versus what I saw growing up, and also how I accept it. So, because of the things that I had gone through when I was a little girl, I had a really weird perception of self respect, what I'm allow people to do to me,
Yeah.
how to use my voice. My throat chakra was closed for a very long time. I think that's why I stopped singing. But I also didn't have power to tell you, no, that's wrong. instead of okay, sure, like okay, when you know it's something bad that this person is not treating you right. So I am showing this album Bloom is going to I'm reviving songs which were my old state of mind and showing the gradual change into my new state of mind of how I perceive love and what love I allow to come into my life. So
So I'm sorry, please continue.
so I think that's how I'm going to categorize it because I do have some other songs that are in that body of 25 songs that are not about that. So I think I'm going to move that to the other album, which I don't have a name for it yet, which is going to
Hmm.
be like, I'm doing a lot of rapping on that as well, which is like
Hmm.
supply and demand. So, and that one is more like I'm picking apart my mind and who I am and then saying it. And then I don't know how to explain this, but there's this it's kind of like like I have this thing where I like to pick apart my subconscious to learn how to be a better person. I'm reading a book called I read a book How to Rewire Your Brain. And it made me think like yeah, you go to therapy so that they can do it, but what if you could do it within yourself? And the only way you can do it is by being vulnerable, accepting what these wrong parts of you are and accepting that you did them and thought that way, acted that way. And that's the only way you can change. And so this other album, the second part, which I'm going to pull off of the other half of the 25 songs, is going to be about that. I just don't have a name for it yet. It's
It'll
about
come.
soul searching
Yeah.
and being vulnerable and accepting even your faults so that you can remove those faults. You cannot change unless you accepted who you were first. And that's what that's about. So that's what it's about.
Again, I knew that this interview would be huge, but I'm searching, looking. I'm like, I don't see a project. I don't see a project. I'm like, man, what is this? Our first project, and I hear
Hmm.
it's your first project.
I'm a
Listen,
late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer with a lot of things too.
that
Like,
matters not yet. You bloom though. You
that's what.
bloom.
Hmm.
Why did you? No, not why. I'm sorry. What made you decide to share that part of your world with the public?
Because as I'm meeting people and expanding myself and expanding my energy and like the people that I run into, I'm really realizing I'm not alone. I
Um,
thought I was alone because I never spoke. When you speak, don't speak. You don't know who has the same experiences or feels the same way. Or now that I'm open about it, I realize, oh my gosh, this is a whole, there's millions of humans who feel the same exact way I do. And like I said before, when I changed my way of expressing myself to being more of like a service than like doing something selfishly, I'm realizing this is, for example, like the misunderstood Pink CD, like Family Portrait was on there, Lonely Girl, Dear Diary. I remember these songs very well because they
yeah,
were what I was going
yeah.
through. They were my saving grace. That CD saved me. You know what I mean? I would listen on my boombox, and that CD just like did so much for me because I felt like that lonely little girl, dear diary. Like I want to tell you secrets. Like so, I feel like this will be that for someone else. I want to be somebody's saving grace for for what I went through. That's why I want to share my. And I think I'm ready to share it now is because I accepted the BS that I accepted. I accept that I was this version and I needed to be that version to be who I am now. When you don't accept something, you don't want to share it because you're still trying to hide your weeds, you know? So I'm not hiding my weeds anymore. They're out. You're gonna see them publicly, and this is how I've changed, so I could help someone else change.
That has a beauty behind it that I cannot explain in words, but allow my Chicagoism to come out. And anything I ask is never meant in malice or disrespect. It's just because I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've asked this to a few of my guests, but when you say something so passionate and natural like that, I just have to ask, being as though that you've caught so many blows, what is it that makes you care about the next person?
Because nobody cared about me.
I have got to get a mic. I keep getting mic drop moments, and I don't have a mic to. Hashigata, bless your heart. Bless. I got to talk like my granny. Bless your heart. That I know that feeling firsthand. I know that
Hmm.
feeling firsthand, that it was a bit of hurt for you to even answer that. Thank you for sharing that with me, first off. Like I say, the lounge is a safe place. I want
Thank
you to
you.
be comfortable here because I know I'm not the only person. I see few of these people are from you. They're true followers. You're helping the mission that you have, you're already doing. You're
Thank you.
already doing it. And I'm telling you guys, if you have TikTok too, I need you to go to a Hashigata live on TikTok. I'm gonna leave
Thank you.
that there.
I'll be live on
But yeah,
Friday. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are my live times, and I usually jump on between 12 noon and 5, somewhere in between there. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2, but usually midday is around, or like just after midday. That's my niche.
she's
So yes,
touching so many souls. And you
thank
heard
you.
her say Wednesday, which is Fleazy Day. So she took the time out to come to the lounge. You telling me she can't get rid of me now. Now she can't give it. You've done this to yourself. You
Thank
can't get
you.
rid of it.
Thank you.
With
Thank you.
with how you sound so passionate in your songs, what is your process when creating music? Especially, I'm not speaking of the SoundCloud that you get to go back to and bring back, but now that you've said, like, oh, I could write a song, I could do things, that's nothing. What is your process now for the newer music that we have to look forward to as far as creating it?
So I don't know how to explain this, but like when I hear a beat that I love and it really hits me, and I don't make beats unless that happens. I don't do what I don't want to do. I just can't. I can't push stuff out of me that I
Okay.
don't want to do. So if somebody gives me a beat, yo, you need to jump on this, and I'm like, I don't want to. It doesn't come out naturally. So when I hear something, it's like it's like the Holy Ghost touches you and you just spill a song out. When I write music in 2 hours, 3 hours, two verses, chorus, or like bar after bar after bar. I did it like 2 days ago, and it's called Little Brooklyn Girl. It's actually an ode to who I grew up, like me as a girl and a little girl in Brooklyn. And what I'm doing for this song that I just wrote. Basically, I'm talking about Little Brooklyn Girl. I'm talking about 2003, riding the MTA and thinking I'm grown, being trying to say I'm grown and free. And it talks also about how I'm overstepping my bounds because I'm either over sexualizing myself as a little girl, as a little 13-year-old girl who thinks she's grown. I think certain, like if when I hear a beat that just touches my soul, all it has to do is hit one memory and then it
Mm.
just pours out. I was like, this makes me feel about New York. And then it just went, and it's called Little Brooklyn Girl. And I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't think I have control. Like, people say, what is your process?
Yeah.
It just comes out. I don't really have the process. And when it does, there's no stopping it. I'll be driving. This is very unsafe. I do not recommend doing this. But I'll be driving. It just happens. And I go to my record and I'm just singing to the thing. Yeah, yeah. While I'm driving, I'm like, I have to get this down. I carry notebooks with me everywhere. Look, I mean, I have a notebook in my car. I have a notebook in my purse. I have a notebook. I have a paper and pen. When it hits you, put it down. That's it. And then even if you got to put it down, it's going to hit you again and you're going to look at it. Next, you're going to have 3 pages of lyrics. You're going to be like, I have too much. Like it just, I don't waste when I hit it, when I hear it, I don't waste time. I don't think about it. I just do it. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how it works. That's all I got.
No, but you don't even realize how powerful that answer is. That you literally, it has to be natural. There's no way around it. You're not getting on something that doesn't hit your soul, which
Mm-mm.
means there will never be a regret. There will never be a time where you can say, man, the money was good, so I just hopped on it and been like,
Mm-mm.
yo, I would have never done this song. Like I would have never done that. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that reminds me of? A sunflower. See what I did there? An ode to
Because
your
they,
song, dear
yeah.
sunflower. Come on, man. Come
Yeah.
on,
And
man.
then
That's
do
a
you know that
sunflower.
sunflowers, when they get full of seeds, they turn away from the sun?
You
Because if
just
they
educated.
allow, so a sunflower, they get seeds after a while, right? And you eat those seeds, sunflower seeds. So, and they take that sun and they follow the sun everywhere it's going, right? You like if you make a video, you'll see it following the sun. But when it gets too full of seeds and its body will snap, it'll turn away from the sun to stop photosynthesizing, so it stops creating seeds. Because it knows if I make any more seeds, I'm gonna topple over, and it'll have its back to the sun. It's like I don't need
And
any
I
more of this.
just got educated on the loud. I ain't above it. I ain't above it. I am not above
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah, it literally will do what's right for it, and then if it's not, it's done. It's like, all right, you got my back. That's it.
Then I double stand on what I just said at you. I double stand on that. You just added to my point. That is amazing. We're letting folks in. We've decided we're living in our truth 100%. What has networking been like for you since you've allowed yourself to be more open and available for people? I love it. I love the regular
Sarah,
rock.
your tablet died. Let me see. I'm giving them tablets so that they can let me live. Here, baby. Here you go. Um, so this is another thing that's really crazy. Here you go, baby. Go to the room. Thank you. I love you. Bye.
I love it. I love
So crazy. My the only one word, my networking, serendipity. That's it. Serendipity. Because let me tell you something. If it's meant for me, it is. If it's not, it isn't. And that's it. And I let that, I don't even like try to control networking anymore. Because then you'll force something that's not meant to be. Every show that I've gotten, I never worked for. It came to me. And it's just, hey, I just got booked on October for an October show. It's an intimate setting. It's a paid show. Um, they've seen me at quite a few shows here in Phoenix, in Arizona, and they hit me up. And this person is actually somebody who I've gotten to know by going to different shows and meeting them and seeing them at different places. And they felt like it was right. I felt like it was right, and so it was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's just how it's been working for me. I don't really. I'm not a salesperson.
I
I'm
get
just not.
that.
I'm not a salesperson. Like I would be a horrible salesperson. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. That's it. You know what I mean? So the best way I can say is serendipity when it's meant to be.
That is you. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna figure it out because I feel like people like yourself are needed because so many of, and I'm going to say us because I'm working through it myself. We hold so much in, and shouts out to my brother Block Legend 7, the general, who is so adamant about, man, you think it, you feel it, you do that shit. If you're not living in malice, you're not looking to hurt somebody. If it's
Mm-hmm.
something that makes you feel better, do that shit. What are we waiting for? Hence the Logic Lounge, even right now. That's my brother. He gives me the credit, but I give it to him every time because my candle was out how she got. So I relate to you more than you know. My candle was done. I didn't want no parts. I was just sometimes you wake, people wake up, thank you God for another day. I'm waking up like for real. You
Like
come
really?
on, man. Like really, like I'm suffering here. I ain't trying to be here. So to hear what's for you will be for you, but you have such a loving spirit. That's major. That's major. We absolutely need more people like you. You said that show was in October. That's the month that the first shade of Hashigata's first project
And
dropped.
it's the 24th. It's what, 6 days before my album drops. So you know that show's gonna have all new music.
And why Halloween? Why did we choose Halloween? I'm just curious. Is that the
So
quirky side of Hashigata? I
I
knew it.
love Halloween. I have a son born on Halloween. I cried when I was giving birth to him because I wasn't going trick or treating. I love Halloween. I was like, I'm missing Halloween. They're like, you're giving birth. I'm like, I know. I love the holidays. I'm one of those people to like remake their house for like a holiday. I'm about the holidays. I'm about finding reasons to be happy. I know it's commercialized. I know it's a money scheme. I know. But God gives you happiness. Find it. Find reason to make it happen. And if Halloween, even though it's commercialized and there's so much candy and it's a reason to make you diabetic and get with big pharma,
Facts.
but we gotta be happy too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we have to be happy too. So um I won't lie to Halloween was a something I threw out there also because so I said that I was gonna drop an EP, and Kenzo knows. Kenzo's here. He knows how many times I pushed this EP, how much I put this EP back. I kept pushing it back, because either I wasn't gonna go to DR this summer, so I was gonna drop it in July.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. I went to DR, and then when I came back, I was like, oh, I'm gonna work really hard, and I'm gonna drop it in August. Then I got COVID, and then that didn't happen, and then recently the I just started writing music. And I'm like, it's growing and growing and growing. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I gotta, and then I was like, when am I gonna drop it? When am I gonna drop it? I need to give myself a due date so that mentally I'm working for it. Because if I don't give a due date, then I'm not pressed. So I was like, Halloween. I love Halloween. Halloween. And I want to do some really interesting, funky promo. So I went to college for photography and videography and just video
Nice.
editing and things like that. So I want to utilize that and do some real funky stuff for Bloom. And yeah, so that was it. I can't say that I gave it a whole bunch of thought. Like it's not like this, but I was like, I need to pick something. Halloween. That's it. It's done. Done. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
What you said
Yeah.
before. So my mind works either you do or you don't. Make your decision and do it. All that extra chitter chatter is a waste of time.
Yeah.
So decide and do it. Like somebody asked me recently, what is your morning mantra? Like, how do you do it in the morning? Underwhelming answer. You do it or you don't. Are you getting up to do it, or are you just gonna like which one? Make your decision. I don't get up to like, I don't do yoga in the morning. Sometimes maybe I'll work out in the morning if I have time, but I'm bringing people to school. I'm doing, but you get up and you decide this is what I'm gonna do, and you do it. That's it. All that other crap is in the way. It's chitter chatter. It's a waste, and you have to realize that and discipline yourself to do it. And that's it.
What is the biggest obstacle you've overcome, and how did you overcome it? That you're willing to share with us, of course.
Mm. Literally, honestly, what I said before, my biggest obstacle in my life, my whole life, was not that my mother was an addict and she went to prison.
Yeah.
That wasn't the obstacle. It was not that when she went to prison, she lost custody of me and I randomly moved with my father, who I would barely see, who I didn't know so well, so it upchucked my whole life. That wasn't the obstacle. It wasn't being, you know, sexually abused. That wasn't the obstacle. They are obstacles, but that wasn't the obstacle. The obstacle has always been myself and what I've allowed myself to believe and what I've allowed to enter my paradigm. Because at the end of the day, all these things suck, but you have control of how you're going to react and how you're going to let it affect you. And my problem has always been me.
If it didn't look awkward, I would hug my phone right now. I'm a big guy, and that may look a little weird. So just know mentally, I've just hugged you ever so
Thank you.
gently with a little strength behind it.
Thank you.
That is everything I thought, just taking it to the moment. I've already felt a natural energy, loving energy, stern energy. Like, hey, I'm all about love, but I'll kick your ass if I have to. Exactly. I love it. Now, I got a personal one first. Uh-oh. We got to get the babies right. She's showing the.
All right, go to your room. You have to because I'm doing something. I'm busy and I'll come talk to you in a second. And then we're gonna go bye bye, okay? Mommy, I'm not here in the house. Over there. No. Yes, your tablet's too loud. Or make it lower. Can you make it lower for me? Now you can sit there.
This is so dope.
Just a little bit. Still lower. He's like, now I gotta be off. Still lower. Come here. All right, so then go over there if you want to put it loud. Go with Lucian. I'm debating with a 2-year-old. You know, he's just
Understandable.
like, no.
He
The
make
answer
he
is
makes
no.
good points.
Right.
Yeah, he makes good points. You gotta take it
Thank
for what it
you.
is.
He gave up. He was like, I'm out. She's not gonna leave me alone.
I absolutely love the spirit was the point. I got to talk about it because I see it on. You said you're just 6 months in on the content creation part of your journey. So I wanted to ask a silly question with that. When did the Hello Kitty obsession start?
Okay, so I've always had a Hello Kitty obsession. But the thing is, I was always in a situation in my life where I could never really dive into it. So, like in my previous relationship with my children's father, um, I won't badmouth, but he just wasn't the best supporter of a relationship. So, a lot of things I was running the show, and I had no outlet, money left over to really put into the things that I loved, but I didn't mind giving that sacrifice because at the end, this is my family, whatever, you know. And even before that, I was always with somebody I had to take care of. I was buying them stuff. Oh, it's winter. You don't even got a coat. Like, why am I doing this for my lovers? You know what I mean? Like, I've always been with people that I had to take care of my whole life until one day I put my foot down. I said, no, I can't cater to myself. So I got this when I was 14 years old. I got punishment for it. I was really in trouble.
She's so
but
proud of it.
but I've always loved Hello Kitty, but I just never had the time to think to be able to enjoy it because I'm literally just now learning that I'm going to enjoy stuff for myself. I'm taking this piece. This is mine. This is my space. This is my money. You don't got it? Well, you need to go work for it. Not, okay, here, take this. You can't pay your phone bill? All right, yeah, sure. Oh, you need my, okay, sure. No, no, no. Take care of yourself. You're an adult. And so when I finally did that, that's when I was able to like do things for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so no, it's always been a thing, but I just like I said, like my throat chakra was closed for a long time. And when I learned how to harness this power is when I put a stop to things. Like literally.
You released the chains.
Yeah.
You released the chains on everything that was holding you back. Do you know there's a method to my madness? Do you know there's no way that I could know what your answer would be, but I knew there was something, some type of attachment to it. Reason being, all of the tattoos that I have are villains. I have an infatuation with villains because they were not always villains. There was something in life that made them appear to be villains to other people. So I'd say it's something about people that's fans and somebody that's grasping to something. You just explained it. Look, I've always been doing for others. I fucking like Hello Kitty. I'm getting every last one that I want. And she has
Yeah.
again, go to TikTok. You'll see it in I guarantee you, to every 5 videos, 3 Hello Kitties in.
Mm-hmm. And recently, and then what happened recently, my partner bought me over 30 Hello Kitty patches as one of my birthday presents. And then not only that, and this is what happens when you're with somebody who adds to you. I came home
Mhm.
from DR and my car had Hello Kitty mats, a Hello Kitty steering wheel, a Hello Kitty this, a Hello Kitty. I was like, oh my God! Because I'm finally accepting the love I deserve. Somebody who wants to add to me. You know, this was another gift. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody who it's just game changer. And that's what Bloom is all about. It's literally about putting your foot down and choosing what you're going to accept and not accepting any less. Setting your boundaries and living that way. I had no boundaries. The reason why I didn't have no boundaries because I didn't see my mom have no boundaries. I didn't see, and I think we said we have a lot of villains. I have a lot of women. A lot of people ask me, is that you? I'm like, no. And this is just brand new thought because you made me think of something just now. I have women that I maybe not idolize, but I idolize strong women. I have a woman holding a microphone with a crown. I have a Puerto Rican woman right here with the island that she has her headdress. I have women in vulnerability, women in power. These are the different phases of a woman's life. I am so about empowering women because I felt so powerless.
Oh, wow.
And you just made me think about this now, right? Just now, I was like, oh shit. I never thought about that. Never. I have women everywhere.
Wow. You again, you've broken the chain. And IG tried to hate. I don't know if y'all can still see it. Tried to pixelate it and slow her down and stuff. IG sometimes has a love-hate relationship with me. Can you still see me clearly,
I see you
Hashigata? Because
clear. I see you very
okay, because
clear. It
they
might
got
be
you
me.
spinning.
So I
Yeah,
have,
they got
yeah, and I mean, I have really good internet services. Sometimes it just acts up out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, I'll be in the middle of a live and it just be like lost connection. I'll look at the box and be like, really? Really? You got the light. The light is fine. What's wrong? You know what I mean? Like, but
I can express to you how excited this day has made. For one, you're my 90th episode. Uh,
ooh, a nine.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we are 10 away from 100. And to be blessed with a guest like this is beyond, beyond the blessing. Now, you know, a brother finna be selfish, right?
All right. I don't have my mic. I didn't set it up. So it's just going to be regular. All right.
Oh no, please don't, please don't give us the normalness.
Let me clear my throat.
Do what you do, and I will go mute. Tell me when to go back. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely
What would you
Hashigata
like to
Garcia.
hear?
I don't care if you sung the itsy bitsy spider. I want my people to hear that powerful
Hmm.
voice. So whatever you're most comfortable
Oh,
with, give it to us.
let me think. Let me see if I want to do something old or new. Give me a moment. Let me see. Let me see.
I'm glad the sound is still good because they trying to hate on my homegirl with the picture, but they ain't stopping nothing. Block said all the time they ain't stopping shit. All right,
So
I'm gonna go mute. It's your show.
yeah,
All
I
right,
got you.
I'm gone.
This is something that it's gonna be on my new. This is gonna be on Bloom on Halloween. Then this is a little something. I hope your mama taught you how to swim. I hope your mama taught you how to swim. Wait, cause I'm gonna drown us in this bed. The way you give me head, toes curling. What now? I'm walking on ceilings. Waterfall between my thighs. You sipping on this prize. Bed where the waves crash and they rise. I I don't know what you did to me. Stay right here and don't you leave. Cause I'm addicted indefinitely, indefinitely. That's a little piece.
Do y'all get it now? Do y'all get it now? And Q, the little one, came right in
Right!
like, hey,
I heard the door go click, click.
he say, wrap this up.
That is Coco.
Yo, I'm telling you guys, is that just a piece of
Just a
what
piece. I've
he
got a lot.
had?
So that song right there happens to be, that's going to be towards the ending of the album, and that is me finding. I know it's a dirty song, but it has a beautiful thing behind it, a beautiful lesson behind it. For a long time, being sexually active didn't feel like a joint experience. It felt like something that was being done to me, but not something that I was involved in, if that makes sense. Because my mind wasn't there for a very long time of my life. And it was just through different experiences. And yes, that song is raunchy, is nasty, but that's power that I take back to me, that I can finally experience and enjoy sexual encounters with my lovers, because I took that power back, and now I'm enjoying. Give me, baby. I'll put it on in a second. But that's what that has to do. So yeah, because like somebody was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you wrote like that." But that's me taking my power back, and that's what this whole album is about: being weak, growing, and then taking your power back, and loving your body, and not feeling vulnerable and feeling in control. And that's what that song's about. I'm really excited about that song. So excited.
We're excited. We're just as excited. This is your this is the freshman project, and it
First
comes
ever.
with so much experience, though. It's not going to sound like a first project. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to sound like one, and your face says it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can't focus on both. I'm like trying to hear you, and I'm like, he wants to show me Sonic. Baby, I promise you, I'm almost done. He's like, Mom, you've already not giving me attention for a whole long time. Let's go. Get with the program. Oh, no, he's gone.
Okay.
But yeah, toddlers.
That is the
I'm like,
that is the prince. You cannot say I will never go against the prince. He is the heir to the throne when
thank you.
this is
Yes, he
all
is.
said and
Yes, he
done.
is. Oh, yes, he is. He's the controller of this house, that one.
He was born on Halloween. You said your boy
Yeah.
was born on
Yes, he
Halloween.
was. Yes, he was. That's my Halloween baby.
Yeah,
Yep.
so this is his birthday and Mama's
Yep.
freshman album. Like,
Yep.
come on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going down.
No, it's
Basement.
not only that. I'm gonna throw an event actually, and I don't know if I want to make it a Halloween thing, because it is, but I want to have a listening party. I'm actually looking for a venue. My partner is into production and understands like how to light up the effing stage, like just knows what to do,
Yeah.
and has a director's mindset. So we're thinking about actually doing something for this album, and but I don't have I want to. I don't know if it's gonna be Halloween, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll obviously keep you in the know. I'll keep everybody in the know.
You better. Do you better?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to replace thinking about with working on. You say you're thinking about doing. You and your partner are working on, because we need that. We need that. You're absolutely a gem, and it needs to be heard, man. My final question to you for tonight, so the prince can get his mommy's time.
Yes, because he's not having it any other way. He's not.
When it's all said and done, what is the end goal for Hashigata?
The end goal? Mommy. Hold on, Boogie. The end goal for me, there is no end goal. because I don't want this to end. I don't want to. I want to be old, rickety, and hanging, and still putting out songs that can help someone today. I don't want to end goal. This is a life choice. I don't want to stop. I'm not going to stop because society thinks I'm not young enough, pretty enough. I'm not going to stop because I'm too old and I can't make the top charts. No, that's not what this is about. If those are the reasons you're doing it, those are for the wrong reasons, then you look for an end goal. Ah, she's too old now. She's 40, she's 30. She can't do this anymore. Nah, I'm going to be, no, no, no. There is no end goal.
Ain't
This is a
nothing.
life choice.
Hashigata for life. You
Life.
heard it.
Yes, yes.
For I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't have said it better. I don't have a rebuttal to that. I am extremely grateful for your presence today, man. I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to sit with me here on the lounge and just share a part of yourself that I know anybody that's been sticking with you probably wanted to see. So I am grateful for that opportunity, man. Is there any final words that you have for us before we get you out of here tonight?
Well, like I said, I'm a lifer. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not gonna stop because I don't have enough follows, or I'm not gonna stop because I don't have enough views. I'm gonna continue. This is my passion. And I hope that, I can bring thousands, if not millions of people on this beautiful journey with me.
I said I wouldn't get emotional on Wednesday. I might have just lied. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm super gangster. It's whatever. Definitely, emotions, whatever, whatever. No, that is listen, Hashigata. I am grateful for meeting you. I cannot wait to see what's next for you, man. Please keep us in tune. All my people, if you're not
I
following
got
this
you.
young lady, change that immediately, and then you will understand my excitement of this night, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead
Thank
and get
you
up out of
guys.
here,
Thank you so
man.
much.
Yo,
Honored. Thank you
thank
so much.
you. Oh, thank you, man. And thank everyone tonight for tuning in to the Logic Lounge with Fleazy Jones. That's me, brought to you by the legendary Block Legend 7, the General. Hashigata, I'ma end it
Thank
how I
you.
always end it. I tell them, living off good instinct counts. So always keep your logic. We love y'all. Have a great rest of your week. Until we meet again.
All right, guys. Take it easy. Bye.
Peace.